3 reasons why men need alcohol in order to dance. Very oftentimes we hear men say that they only dance when they drink. Alcohol makes me a better dancer. But at the same time, I also know a lot of older men. They're like, yeah, I used to dance a lot when I'm on drugs or when I'm intoxicated. I get to such joy. I would love to get there now without alcohol, without drugs. So let's figure out how to do that. Reason number 1, I would say, is internal permission. They say alcohol gives you liquid courage. Okay, courage to do what exactly? Usually it's something that really scares me. It's like, okay, I'm going to ask this girl out. I'm about to, do a public speech. I'm about to dance. What is it exactly giving you the courage to do? To me, my interpretation is the courage to look stupid. No, I'm just kidding. The courage to be imperfect. The courage to look silly. The courage to be playful. The courage to mess up, to make mistakes. This is intrinsic. Oftentimes it's something I want to do, but I can't bring myself to take that first step. A lot of times we know the first step is hardest, so I'm gonna go do it. And there's also this idea of it's the courage to not care, not caring what the outcome is, not caring what other people will say, not caring how other people will see you. It's a detachment to the consequences. My interpretation is the permission to be silly, to make mistakes. Because let's say if you are doing a dance, if you nail the dance move, then you look cool, amazing. Great, everybody is hype. If it did not end up being cool, everyone's he's drunk, he's just having fun. So it takes the risks away, right? So the permission to make mistakes, but also it's the permission to not take responsibility of your actions. It's I did that thing when I was drunk, so I was so we're still talking about dance here, but you can start to see how this goes into permission to not held accountable for what we did. Second reason I would say is alcohol gives you external permission. Okay, yeah, you're drunk, you're dancing, having fun, but if everybody else around you is sober, would you still feel safe? Would you still feel like you want to dance? So the reason that you're down to do it is also because you're everybody else is also, buzzed. They're also having really low expectations. They're also allowing mistakes. They're allowing us to be silly. So then, of course, this environment, I'm going to do it here. I'm going to dance. So in these environments, when everybody else gives themselves this permission to be silly, then you start to feel that as well, and you start to drop your armor. So this also makes sense that usually men, it's through alcohol, it's through drinking that they start to open up about their grief, their anger, what's going on in their lives. So you start to feel this environment becoming that kind of space. Vice versa, usually the next day or days after, when people are no longer intoxicated, drunk, depending on the relationship sometimes too, even with the same group of people, you don't feel the same sense of you can share anything anymore. You feel like you put your guards back up because the environment has changed. They're no longer drunk. You're not drunk. So suddenly the difference became that sense of safety that you can share whatever that you want to share, the permission to be imperfect. The third and final reason is alcohol makes you be present. Depending on how much you drank and how much you spilled about your past and your anxieties about the future, usually you get to a point where you're just now here with your body, feeling your body, your vision, and so on. So now you are hyper present. And if there's music happening, you're really in tune with your body and how your body responds to music. Naturally, what starts to happen is you just start to dance. Sometimes even without music, drunk people will be dancing. That's because you're really in tune with your body and your flow. And honestly, a lot of times dancers and artists don't even get to that flow state, which is also why a lot of artists, such as a lot of ancient Chinese poets and whatnot, that they really need alcohol for them to really get to this creative flow state. My interpretation is that it really makes you hyper present. You are present here now in your body, and you're feeling and you're in tune with your intuition. And so, when the vibe is right, when there's music, you just start to dance. No longer are you imprisoned by what other people think of you or what you think of yourselves. What does this mean for me? It's quiet and you just flow. So putting all those 3 together, we have an internal permission to play, to be silly, an environmental, external permission to play, to be silly, to make mistakes, to be imperfect, and then to be fully present. Can you think of any scenarios where that would be true for you? So usually these types of videos, a content creator like me would say, of course, I offer the solution. I do these dance facilitations, I do these dance classes. You can come to my classes and maybe feel that kind of joy. But to me, that's not long-term sustainable. I want you to find this in your life so that you don't need me to facilitate you into that joy that you want to achieve for yourself. So once you have come up with these scenarios, whether it's one that you can go to, another example of my class, or maybe there's another activity that's similar, or how can you create this? And then actually go do it and experience it. It's one thing to say, oh, I logically understand this. This is something that men do a lot, is we logically understand. Mentally, I'm here, I'm with you, I understand. But then we don't actually fully embody it and do it and feel it. I think there's that saying that wisdom only comes from knowing and doing. Just by knowing or just by doing, that is not wisdom yet. Once you do it and fully feel it in your body, maybe that would be foreign to your body, so it's like, oh, what is this feeling? But once you start to recognize that feeling, you can start to recognize it in other scenarios. Maybe it's like, oh, suddenly, oh, wow, this brings me a lot of joy. It's like, oh, this makes me want to dance. Oh, I feel like I can dance here. I feel like I can dance with these friends. To me, it's only when you have fully felt it in your body, then that creates that sustainable change for you to recognize this in other scenarios in your life. I guess I'm assigning homework now. Otherwise, you can sign up for my Substack newsletter. You can join my classes, join my things for fun. And if you're an Asian man specifically, we also do Proud Asian Men retreats, and those are next level. Anyway, not marketing. I'm sure there was a reason that you clicked on this video. So I hope whatever your goal is, maybe it is to let go of alcohol or certain substances. If that's the case, I wish you the best, truly. Whatever reason it was that brought you here, that led you to spend your precious time. You can be anywhere in the world, but you're here trying to find out this answer, maybe for yourself or a loved one. Just take a moment to give yourself some gratitude and letting you know that I see you and I see your growth. Thank you for your time and your investment in your loved one. Maybe that's you, maybe that's someone else. Either way, that is truly, truly precious. So thank you for spending your time with me. May this prompt you to find what frees you to dance and play and find your joy. Thanks for watching.